So good evening, everybody, and a beautiful evening here. We still have the heat and it's going fantastic. Sean O'Leary is my name. Sean on Shanachie, as I'm known as well. And for the last 2 years, I've been putting out videos about my herd of goats, the happy herd, about me, my life, the folklore that I've learned from my parents and people around, and stories, because I'm a goat herd and a storyteller, and the two go hand in hand. And as I'm milking the goats and feeding the goats, I'm also telling stories. So a lot of people have joined me on my journey, and it's great to have people along. So if it's your first time seeing this, please follow and see how it goes. Tune in the mornings, usually around 8:20, and on a Saturday evening we have Yarn from the Barn, which is a bit of a chat. In the mornings it's really all about the goats and a small story, but on the Yarn from the Barn it's a longer conversation. 2 years ago we didn't have Puck Fair, and I found this really strange because this is a custom that has gone on for years upon years upon years. So the first year that there was no puck, I put a goat up in a few pallets and said a few words to Mother Nature, made up this wonderful story about how Puck Fair could be here as well as in Killorglin. And last year it got a little bit bigger. The patrons on my Patreon page picked out a few goats, nominated a few goats, and then the wider audience voted on Facebook, and Ruby Wax was selected as Queen Puck. And we had a beautiful evening here. We had a parade with the goats. We all walked around. A few people, not too many, because I really do feel it's important because we're in the field with the goats milling around us, and they have to be comfortable as well. And we had some poetry, some storytelling, some music and some singing. And we're going to have that this year again. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit, another pallet. Should be up that little bit higher. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be Friday, the 19th of August at 7 p.m. It'll be on the Sean on Shanachie Facebook page, but there's other John Kennedy is coming down to make a documentary about the whole thing, which is really exciting as well. And there's a lot of friends and fans and family coming to see it as well, which is going to be really exciting. So the 3 nominations are Holly and Ivy came, it's their first year milking, so 2 years ago. And I bought Holly and Ivy from this huge farm where there was about 700 goats, and it was a very mechanized, intensive situation. They've really blossomed down here. They've really come on. Holly is very intelligent. She's always opening a zips or gates or something. The second nomination is Harold. Now, it is the Queen of the Goats. We were calling it Queen Puck, but I think to save confusion, it's probably better to say Queen of the Goats. And Harold has been nominated. He's a castrated male. He's just so sweet, so gorgeous. He's always around, up to say hello. He's hanging around with Druid now, the Angora Puck at the moment. The third nomination is Azzy. Azzy started off so tragically in... she was found, a group of walkers found her last Christmas, just after Christmas, in a pool of water, and she was drowning. She was just born, she was drowned, she didn't know what was going on. The mother really didn't want her because I think she got wet, so her scent wasn't there, so the mother really didn't want her, so they didn't know what to do, so they brought her to me. And Azzy had a hard start, but she's having a great time now. She spent a lot of the winter in the caravan with myself and Grover and the cat, and she's doing great now. So Azzy, Harold and Holly are the 3 nominations. I'm going to start out now this evening a way that you can vote. It would be lovely if the vote was we didn't know, but again, if there's anybody out there who feels strongly that another goat should have a nomination or a special mention, please you can mention it in this video. And anybody who's watching this video, I would love for you to share it, get the word out there, and we're going to have a great evening on the 19th, next Friday, at 7 o'clock. Slán and Ish Gachtainna.